cannot believe how many things they told us not to talk about.
We believe it.
Well, I feel like it's better than last year. Last year was kind of crazy.
Was it really? Oh, I just shot off at the mouth last year. Maybe I didn't talk to you.
So what can you tell us about Diggle in season 7? Where is he at? Because Oliver is in prison. What is he doing?
Well, this is an interesting season, right? Because we didn't dispose of our big bad, which is usually what we do at the end of every season. So he's still on the trail. He's still on Diaz's trail, which has gone a bit cold. But he's using Argus resources for it. So, he and his wife are working that angle while Oliver's, doing his time on good behavior or not so good behavior.
How does Oliver being in prison affect Diggle?
Well, I think that despite the fight and the breakup that they had, I think I think they've worked somewhat in the end of around season episodes 22 and 23 to kind of see where these men are kind of mending fences. I think you continue that in 701 and beyond. They're together. I think they have some different leadership. I think they look at leadership a little differently. But aside from that, they're both of the same mind of taking down Diaz. And so Diggle at the very top, we see there's been a routine over the past several months of him visiting Oliver. So you see that at the beginning of 701, that Oliver and Diggle have a lovely relationship, if you can say that, as lovely as you can visiting someone in jail. So yeah, these guys they're for all intents and purposes back together.
Certainly the team has been without Oliver in the past. How is this absence, especially since he's been outed as the Green Arrow, look compared to what we've seen?
Well, we can't do anything, right? We can't put on our mask anymore. So that was part of the deal with Watson, was that we give up these aliases, and we don't have to do any time, and he will really be the sacrificial lamb. So it hurts in that sense, but we still have the resource of Argus. So the team has kind of taken advantage of those resources. But certain people are in protective custody, and there's that. So there you have it. I don't know if I can say that.
Are we going to see more of Diggle's family life? Because it was nice seeing him work with Lila again.
Yeah, it was. We always make a joke that Diggle was hatched because you never see his father or mother in it. That is a very good Beth Schwartz question, but from what I'm understanding, we are going to get into Diggle's extended family even beyond Lila, perhaps. They've been talking about that every season, but there's been real talk about that this season. But yes, there's, because Argus is such a big instrumental part of this season, there's going to be a lot to do with Lila as the head of Argus, obviously.
Are you guys in sync, or are you in conflict at all? I mean, what's the...
Well, 23 episodes, we're in conflict. But I think we are developed. I think we use some Argus resources to try to track down Diaz, and there's some repercussions of that. There's some governmental repercussions of that. Argus is a government agency, and they have to answer to some people. So we have to play that story out of just of what limits we can place on Argus in terms of tracking down Diaz. So we'll play with some of that in the beginning of the season, and that will provide some friction between Lila and Diggle for sure.
Is the team then based on Argus now instead of the Arrowhead?
And you asked it with such sincerity too, right? That makes sense to us. Doesn't it make sense to you? Right? It does make sense, doesn't it? Well, let me put it like this. We are definitely using the resources of Argus. That's a political answer, right?
Last season was it was lots of ups and lots of downs for Diggle. Now that he's sort of, in a way, kind of the de facto leader with Oliver not there, how is he fitting into this role, and how is he getting accustomed to it?
Well, I think when Team Arrow was more intact, we could probably look at him to being kind of the de facto leader. Team Arrow is very fragmented, as you obviously know. So I would say that everyone is going after Diaz in their own way. But I think Argus is a big part of that because of their resources. They have long arms. So the new Team Arrow and old Team Arrow are taking advantage of the Argus resources. But and there's a certain amount of leadership that comes with that because Diggle does have a high-ranking position in Argus. But I would say in terms of the way we think of him as kind of the leader of Team Arrow, I think that day is a little bit past that. We're a little past that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, awesome.
Never been OU.